He was one of hip-hop's most iconic moguls, a billionaire, a tastemaker, a legend in both music and fashion. Sean "Diddy" Combs built an empire from the streets of Harlem to the boardrooms of Hollywood. But behind the glitz, glamour, and Grammys, a storm has been brewing for years. Now, with multiple lawsuits, federal raids, and shocking accusations, the world is asking, has the empire finally fallen? This is the dark side of P. Diddy. In the early 1990s, hip-hop was evolving rapidly, and one young intern named Sean Combs, later known as Puff Daddy, was watching it all from inside the walls of Uptown Records. His energy, hustle, and vision were undeniable. By 1993, he founded Bad Boy Records, and the music world would never be the same. Bad Boy wasn't just a record label, it was a cultural force. Diddy's first major signing was the notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls. Their partnership gave birth to a new sound: gritty, flashy, emotional, and dangerous. Bad Boy quickly signed more acts: Mace, Faith Evans, Total, and later 112, Danity Kane, and a rising young model singer named Cassie. Diddy wasn't just an executive behind the curtain, he was the face of his empire, often appearing in music videos, walking red carpets, or starting trends. He launched Sean John, a streetwear line that made it to New York Fashion Week, and famously endorsed Ciroc vodka, helping turn it into a billion-dollar brand. Music, fashion, fragrance, beverages, reality shows. Diddy touched everything. His lifestyle, with yachts, white parties in the Hamptons, celebrity friends, and late-night studio sessions, was the stuff of hip-hop fantasy. He wasn't just a businessman, he was the blueprint of what a hip-hop mogul could be. But all that glitter came with shadows. Behind the lens, things were reportedly far less glamorous and far more disturbing. In November 2023, the glossy image of Diddy began to crack, and it started with someone the world thought had disappeared from the spotlight: Cassie Ventura. Cassie had dated Diddy on and off for more than a decade. Their relationship seemed unequal even then. Diddy was in his 30s, rich and powerful. Cassie was in her early 20s, just starting her career. For years, the public only saw flashes: a music video here, a red carpet there. Then, out of nowhere, Cassie filed a bombshell lawsuit in federal court. She accused Diddy of rape, repeated physical abuse, manipulation, and even sex trafficking. The lawsuit detailed a harrowing relationship, one allegedly filled with drugs, threats, forced encounters with other men, and surveillance. The complaint painted a chilling picture of a woman trapped, violated, and silenced. What shocked many even more was what happened next. Within 24 hours, the lawsuit was quietly settled. The speed raised eyebrows. Was this a silent admission of guilt? A legal tactic to prevent discovery of more damning evidence? While Diddy's legal team denied all wrongdoing and insisted the settlement was not an admission of guilt, the public tide began to turn. For many, this was the moment they started to look past the mogul image and listen to what was being said behind the scenes. And then, the floodgates opened. What began as one woman's story soon became a chorus. Following Cassie's lawsuit, at least 6 more lawsuits were filed, all within months. The allegations range from sexual misconduct and assault, drugging and trafficking, retaliation against whistleblowers, manipulation of witnesses, and hush money payments. Some of these lawsuits stretch back to the 1990s, covering multiple cities, decades, and people. One accuser claimed she was only 17 when she was allegedly assaulted. Another detailed how she was threatened after speaking out. These weren't just isolated incidents. They hinted at a pattern, a network of silence, intimidation, and control that had allegedly been operating in the shadows of Diddy's empire. What made these cases even more chilling were the names reportedly involved: A-list celebrities, producers, party promoters, and even members of law enforcement. The accusations painted a dark underworld tied to fame and power, where people were allegedly bought, coerced, or discarded. Suddenly, Diddy wasn't just a music mogul with a flashy past. He was a man facing serious and systemic allegations, ones that could dismantle everything he built. And then, the story escalated to an entirely different level. In March 2024, federal agents from the Department of Homeland Security, FBI and LAPD carried out simultaneous raids on Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami mansions. The raids were part of a multi-agency investigation. According to reports, they were looking into sex trafficking, drug distribution, and potential links to underage victims. The scale of the operation shocked even seasoned journalists. Agents reportedly seized private security footage, laptops, phones, and other electronic devices, travel logs from Diddy's private jets, financial records, and encrypted communications. Though Diddy was not arrested, the raids sent shockwaves through both the hip-hop and entertainment industries. The message was clear. This wasn't just a tabloid scandal anymore. This was a federal criminal probe, and it had teeth. Still, Diddy remained mostly silent. Aside from blanket denials through lawyers and PR statements, he avoided interviews, press conferences, or addressing fans directly. The man once known for dominating every microphone had gone quiet. As the investigation intensified, so did the industry fallout. Ciroc, one of Diddy's most successful business ventures, quietly cut ties. Major music platforms began removing his name from curated playlists. Streaming numbers dropped. Collaborators like Mess and 50 Cent publicly mocked or distanced themselves. Brands once proud to feature Diddy now refused to speak his name. Sources from inside the music world admitted, "We always heard whispers." There had long been talk of Diddy's temper, his control over women, and his ability to make problems and people disappear. But no one wanted to be the first to say it until now. Even some of his closest allies went quiet, worried about legal exposure or industry retaliation. Behind closed doors, insiders spoke of NDAs, fear of blacklisting, and decades of buried stories. The man who once called himself the King of New York was now battling to keep his kingdom from collapsing. If the allegations proved true, the Mogul's empire was built not just on talent and hustle, but on fear, exploitation, and silence. And for the victims, both known and unknown, the question remains, how long was the music industry willing to look the other way? Sean Combs once said, "Don't chase the paper, chase the dream." But now that dream is unraveling in real time. Lawsuits are pending, investigations are active, and the public eye has never been sharper. Whether he's guilty or not, one thing's clear. The Diddy era may be coming to a shocking end. What do you think? Is this karma, conspiracy, or media hype? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Because at Celebrity Central, we bring the truth to light.